Perfect.
So, everyone keeps talking about what Rogue Company needs in order to get better, or according to some players, survive. First of all, I need to let you all know right now, we are very close to 1K subs. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. And if you like the video, be sure to smash that thumbs up as well. Now, onto the topic at hand, which is 10 things Rogue Company needs to add to the game for it to be improved. These were mostly thought of by myself, but also ideas that have been floating around the scene. Streamers have mentioned them, Twitter has talked about these, and I also brought them up in previous streams and videos of mine. Last but not least, none of these things are in any order. They were actually about 20 things I had on my list, so I took the most important 10 first and put them in the video according to the order I wrote them down. So let's get to it. This opens up the possibility of more tournaments by tournament organizers and community members. Demolition and Strikeout have always been a part of the customs, and for a while now we've had both wingman modes available as well. Now King of the Hill is gone. This could be due to them fixing it or trying to figure out how to fine tune it, but that is a slight estimate. Even so, a majority of the comp scene loved running ELO 8s or pickup games for those who don't know what ELO 8s are. They did this with King of the Hill since it was fun, faster than Demolition, and still has an objective base to the mode instead of Strikeout, where you don't need to capture, hold, and break hills. Also, Extraction, Sabotage, which is actually returning to the game soon, and even 6v6 team deathmatch and customs would be awesome, even just to allow more deaths to streamer and viewer interaction. Community tournaments can even pop up with things like Extraction or Sabotage only, or more variables, which I will get into with item number 2 in this list. This is another addition to the game that deals with custom lobbies, but it takes things to another level and deserves its own portion of the video as well as its position on the list. Now, this would take what we just said about customs reaching the next level to even greater heights. I'm talking for both casuals and the competitive side of things. For competitive, you would be able to turn off certain maps, certain weapons, and other components of the game. This is something other titles like Call of Duty have implemented into their game. Another option available due to this change would be the option to unlock all primary weapons for all players. Also, the ability to start custom games with uneven games instead, so we can see some 1v2 situations, if someone needs to flex their ego or maybe have it humbled. Last thing would be the option to have repeat rogues, so we can see 8 cannons running around choo-chooing each other for the memes. Ah, yes, the Spectator Client used for the comp broadcast is absolutely trash. It is so bad that the high-res production team didn't use it for the spring RCCS LAN. Instead, they screen capped every player's game or monitor. They did that because in the Spectator Client, you cannot swap to the player you want when you want. This meant they couldn't get rid of the junk on the screen players see and spectators don't. It also meant they couldn't hit 240 FPS and stream in 8K like they did for the LAN event in January. This also was the reason teams were showing up both blue and red every time they swapped to different players on the broadcast. The only commands you have in the client are the tab key to show the scoreboard, which is the exact same one players have, so no in-depth stats or anything can come from the client. The other key is literally forward and backward for the player POVs. Here's the kicker though. It is random order, which is changed to another random order the next game. And the random order changes every time someone dies. I even made a video explaining all my frustrations with the client and even explained it more in depth and showed images I created with function keys that could make the client better for the person using it, the viewers, as well as the talent during casts. Also, it only shows one team on the minimap for the spectator, which is mad annoying. Right now, we get small events sporadically, and they take people usually 3 to 4 days. That's a casual player who is an avid grinder. The Battle Pass rotation each season, which is only about 90 days or roughly 12 weeks. So why are there only 4-week challenge packs? After the first 4 weeks of the season on the Battle Pass challenges stop, and there's no more after that. Now, similar to Apex there should be a new weekly pack each week, leading all the way up to the last week of the season. Now, if anyone who watches my streams or plays games with me will be the first to say I get a rise out of completing challenges. So this is something I know I would enjoy seeing being added to the game. Also, more events and worthwhile ones, not random 2 a.m. thoughts or quick ideas just to do something, should be added for more players to grind instead of just putting the game down after finishing challenges or the Battle Pass. Plus, you can create more cosmetics to give those who are not willing to spend real money. Remember, time is your most important thing in the world. It's the most expensive thing you can give someone. And if people are spending all their time playing the game, that is their way of investing. Okay. This is something I have talked about on my stream very often, and I continue to need to explain my answer to everyone. So, this was in testing with the devs about a year and a half ago from the last of my knowledge, but it was not working as intended, is what I was told. Where it is in the dev process now, I have no idea. Hell, they might have just scrapped the idea or given up on it. Your guess is as good as mine at this point. So those who have not heard me explain this before, I'll give you a quick scoop. For them to add anything, it is extremely easier if the core mechanics or the assets are already in the game. For example, the bomb in demolition can be picked up by a player like a flag would need to be. And the bomb can also be dropped like a flag would need to be. The players also cannot shoot with the bomb in their hands. The zone where you steal a flag or drop it off to score on the same will be the same mechanic as King of the Hill or the strikeout zones. The demo scoreboard also can count up by 1. There is also a timer that can end a round when it runs out. So everything mechanic and asset wise are in the game in my eyes, and what the problem was is still something I cannot figure out. All right, so I actually have no idea if it is possible to add text chat into the game at this point. I would not assume it is easy, especially since there is no way to just add it to an already existing portion of the game. It is something that is needed, I think, however, since it would increase the ability to replay matches and spectate live games in the normal playlist, not the custom games. I still don't have much to say other than I would want to have text chat. It just makes games better, especially for streamers or players who don't have game chat on for TOS reasons, obviously. Okay, I only put this here since it is the only thing you all say every time I ask this question. Listen to me very closely, you absolute goofballs. This shit ain't getting added to the game. If it is not in the game already, at this point, they're not going to add it. So, story time. This is important, so listen. So when I was in the high-res studio for some meetings back in the summer of 2019, I had a lengthy talk with one of the devs about Paladins and the reason they wouldn't add an endgame stat to the scoreboard. The stat I wanted added was damage taken, which would show you how much damage you took personally from the opponents. My argument on why this was needed was to show how or what the tanks were doing during the game, or even the reason the support player was dead, or if they were in harm's way very often. This was important in my eyes because in casuals or ranked, people would get toxic or upset at tank players because tanks don't do tons of damage, but they take a ton, and they stay alive to shield and capture the objective, and so on. Supports who take a ton of damage show they had bad positioning, were being hard focused, or just died way too often for no reason. Now, after my compelling case, I was basically told that adding it would create another item for toxic players to add to their arsenal. That is correct. The devs didn't want toxicity to stem from a number on the scoreboard. Imagine the amount of people who would be flaming people in ranked mic chat if they could see leaderboards. Imagine the Twitter trash talk if that could be seen and screenshotted. I mean, I am all for competition, but I'm just letting you know the reason I think it'll never be added. Do I agree with it? No, but it is what it is. I mean, they added the damage number to the game already. That's another thing people can get toxic about and have been getting toxic about. Also, side note, in Paladins, they had leaderboards for each, like what would be rogues, each one in ranked, and then they changed the rank system to be total, and then they still had the leaderboards. But here's the problem. They never really worked properly. Like, they still don't to this day. So, it is what it is. So, I propose we add the ability to have a ranking system for rogue ranked players, similar to how Apex Legends shows you if you are the number 1 Apex Predator. If you are the number 1 rogue ranked player, it should say number 1. Besides, the black box, which we think is supposed to show how much RP we have, doesn't work properly anyways, so put it there. Or, hey, maybe that is what it shows, and it just doesn't work. Okay, so I have a video on this topic as well, and I've explained it on stream a few times as well, but here is the short version if you missed those. Public API is the key to the public needs to open the door to access stats and other shit in the game. That can be used to create websites that show leaderboards. This is the best way to get those leaderboards you all want so badly, by the way. Not only that, it can be better in-depth leaderboards as well. You would also be able to build custom widgets for Twitch extensions to show stats of your account to your viewers in real time, or the ranked games that you're in with the people that you're in, what rank they are at that current moment in real time as well. It could show you recent games and who you played with as well. This is also the key that they use by those websites to track stats of players like Apex Legends, Fortnite, Halo, League of Legends, and so on. If you want more information on this or a more in-depth talk on it, I will link the video I did below on it in the description. Okay, why is this not already a thing? Better question, why has no one brought this up yet? When I am streaming, I jump into a game. I used to have my game chat turned off, but I recently have been trying to talk with players and gather their opinions on Rogue Company, especially if they are new to the game or don't play much of it. I have met some awesome people and some that have given me new perspectives of new players or just casual grinders. Every once in a while, though, I come across someone who just has a terrible mic in 2022, which still baffles me, by the way, or is screaming, or even worse, saying racist or homophobic shit, or other stuff. There's other bad stuff people say, but you get the point now, especially in ranked when I need to sit there through an entire draft phase with them in my ears. If I am playing alone, I can hit escape, go to audio settings, and turn game chat off. But if I am in a ranked game or in a party or talking about what we should ban or pick in the ranked mode, I cannot mute them. This extends all the way through the Rogue walkthrough as well, by the way. So I legit need to wait until we are in the plane to mute them. Again, I have no clue how this has never come up from anyone. All right, last but not least, some of you might not know this by this name, but it's the system you use to comm without mics. You know, the wheel with hello or I am the best and so on. So Paladins and Smite both have dozens of quips you can throw out at teammates. Rogue has 8. 8 is not enough. It also isn't even close to what we need. The most requested ones are drop the bomb or give me the bomb. Some that I have thought of are enemy behind us, enemy on left flank, enemy on right flank, I'm watching here, I'm defending here, or plant the bomb. Heck, even let's group up or let's split up. I mean, there are a dozen I can think of if I sat down and really thought about it, but I don't get paid to do that, and the person who does definitely should start. Well, that's it. There are 10 things Rogue Company needs to add to the game in order for it to improve. All of these are solid additions and would increase the well-being of the game, the happiness of the players, and the overall experience in my eyes. Let me know in the comments below what you think about these 10 things, or maybe you thought of something else that should be added. I would love to hear about it. Make sure to subscribe if you have not already, because we are so close to 1,000, I can feel it. If you are already a sub and want to help me get to 1K, then like and share this as well. Until next time, later, nerds.
Oh, hello there. It's Blue. I'm a terrible dancer, so ignore that version of me on the screen and listen to my voice when I say thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and of course, click on another video of mine. I heard you'll like those over there. They're pretty good.